Okay, we're going to start with line practice. And I've written these things down to kind of remind me as we go. But first we're going to start out holding the pencil. This is what we're going to do. I know we all start writing like this. Okay, this is my name. I think I write like this. Kind of weird. Okay, so we all learn to write with our fingers, very small with our wrist. All right, we're going to start practicing instead. We're going to be drawing with our shoulder. So it's a whole movement. And we're also not writing like this anymore or drawing like this anymore. Because, as you can see, look at these little ellipses. They just don't flow very well. There's not a lot of range of motion. Okay? We're going to start working on using the pencil on the side. Okay, you'll get a lot better lines. So we're going to start from now on. This is how you're going to draw. Okay? I know it's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but it's good practice. We're going to work on it this week. We're going to talk about line variation. We have lost and found, thick and thin, hard and soft, and curvilinear, and rectilinear. So these are all part of design. We need line variation. Otherwise, our drawings start looking, if we have too much lines being the same, it just doesn't give good depth and good design. So, starting with lost and found. Okay. All right, careful with lost and found. That one is probably pretty bad. Didn't really mean to disappear completely there. Be careful not to get a dot dash kind of line where you go dark and then light, dark, light, dark, light. This is kind of too repetitive. Okay, we're going for, there's a found line, it's lost a little bit. Okay, there we go. Lost and found. Okay, then we have thick and thin. This already kind of does that a little bit. Here's thick. Thick lines are really important. These lines are what you're going to start your drawing with. Thick lines. We call these finding lines most of the time. Kind of helps you with proportion, helps you find where to begin, placement, what you're looking at. Okay, so there's thick lines and then thin lines. Thin lines. Okay, how are we going to get thin lines? Okay, sometimes I just draw them like this. Okay, or you can put your thumb right here and push down. Oop, that's not a thin line. Let's try it again. Got to turn it. Okay. There's a thin line. And it's a hard line too. Very hard. Okay, so thin lines you can do, I like to call push-pull lines. So you can drag it, putting my thumb right there. You can drag them. Okay, this one's not very sharp. Here we go. Dragging this line. There's a nice crisp thin line, or pushing this line. Okay. And that gives you a nice crisp line. Dragging and pulling. Good thing to practice. Okay, or push-pull. I use this a lot with hair. In fact, we could make some hair right now. The nice thing about it, puts a soft edge where it starts as well. So, see this jagged edge right here? Okay. Kind of looks a little bit like hair. This would be the scalp. Okay. what's nice about it is it makes this edge right here soft instead of kind of hard. So you can practice dragging across the page, maybe kind of think like you're making hair too. Soft, curvilinear, rectilinear, obviously. Here's some straight lines or rectilinear. You'll use both. Okay, curvilinear, you can draw ellipses or just some nice lines like. For line practice, there's a couple of techniques you can do to just train yourself. Okay, one of them, I have a brother who is an industrial designer, actually taught me this one. It's kind of fun. You draw 2 dots, 1, 2, and then practice the swooping and try to connect the dots. He did this for hours. He's got sketchbooks and sketchbooks filled with this, and I can tell you he can render a design with pen just like that because he's trained himself. It just takes a lot of effort, a lot of practice. And then he also just said practice ellipses over and over again. Make a bunch of ellipses. Okay. Another thing you can do is draw a line, any line, just anything. And then go back and try to repeat that exact same line. Exactly. Okay, it's not really exactly, but you get the idea. Okay, so straight lines, ellipses, copying lines. All right, so you can fill a sketchbook page with these kind of exercises. And I have another exercise for you that I'm going to show you in a minute, but it's going to take a scene change. So, yeah, just remember, hold it like this, not like this. Don't do any of that. Your range of motion is limited. You need to move. Oh, another line you can do, it's call it an airplane landing line. Okay, it's you come down soft and then lift up. So soft and lift up. Soft, lift up. So it's going to gently come down and push down hard and then lift up. And that kind of avoids this kind of ugly stuff where you don't necessarily want a hard edge to your line. Okay? So soft and lift up. All right, here's another form of line practice I want you guys to try. It'd be nice if you could fill 2 of these pages doing this. Okay? It's going to push your limits. It's not the easiest thing. It looks easy, but I'm still not really good at it. So I'll show you how it works. Just like I said, you're drawing with your shoulders, not your wrist. Okay, shoulders. So work your shoulders. And you're going to rotate your pencil as you draw to try to keep it sharp. So just some things to think about while you're doing it is kind of every once in a while rotating your pencil a bit. And when you start making your mark, you're going to come in and then pull out just like that airplane. You're not going to start and make like some icky lines there. You're going to come in, land, and you're going to go straight across. Ooh, that was terrible. See, I'm not even that good at it. Here we go. Let's try again. First, you're going to start just making straight lines back and forth, this way, that way, this way, that way, all the way down your paper. So this is the beginning. We haven't done this in a while, so it doesn't really look that good. You want to make them as straight as possible, and you want to avoid these kind of icky lines. Woo! Well, I need some practice too, don't I? Okay, so try to avoid large spaces like this. Try to keep it uniform. Let's try that again. Okay, lift and land, and lift and land, lift, land. Getting a little better. Don't worry if it doesn't look good when you start out. It's gonna get better as you go through. I don't even know if the camera even can show this very well. Okay, so once you feel all the way down, now you're going to go vertically all the way across. Okay, starting at the top. And these clips kind of get in the way a bit, but so the top all the way down, and then from the bottom all the way up, top all the way down, and all the way up. Remember, every once in a while rotate your pencil. Keep your pencil sharp. Okay, you're gonna go all the way across. Now, you're gonna go diagonal, starting from the left corner. And for some of you, like for me, I'm right-handed. This way is easiest for me, especially in these shorter strokes right here. It's so much more comfortable. So you start to gain some confidence if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, the next one is going to be more fun for you. Okay, you're going to go all the way down. Then you start from the other corner. Same thing, all the way down. That way we're practicing every direction. Up, down, diagonal, diagonal. Okay, this helps helping you with the motion, and it helps with your rendering later. So I'm kind of standing like this because I don't want to cover the camera, but you get the idea. I'll show you. Okay, it's gonna look like this. The whole page is gonna be covered. See, I did these the other day. This was my first one. You can see improvement on the second one. At least from here. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but. And then the third one is interesting. I actually got darker with my line. These were all done in the same day. So, you can do them all in the same day or just do one day and one the other, but it'd be nice if you did at least 2 of these, because you'll notice a difference between the first one and the second one. So that's another one of your line practice activities to do this week.